Now the butter is in. I put my butter in, and I'm going to start to mix this butter, this softened butter. I'm going to mix the butter and the vanilla. Now that vanilla was 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Like I said, I'll put the measurements at the bottom of the page. I can get a little faster with that, just to let it get all, you know, well blended up. And stop it and stir it for a minute so I can bring that down off the walls. There it goes. Tilt it down good. Okay. Now, I have this little spoon sitting here, because remember I told you that I might add the cream cheese to it, and then again I might not. I haven't decided. That would be experimenting, because the cream cheese really does not go into this particular recipe. Now, you remember I showed you, see the cornstarch? This is just cornstarch and water. So now what I'm going to do is to add this cornstarch to the butter mixture. Till I get it all in there. Now this makes a real good base for this particular type of cake. And it gives you firmness with your frosting. I want to come on and show you this cake. One more cake I want to show you. I want to show you my dinner rolls. They're going to be up next. They're going to be real easy to make for Thanksgiving. But they have an excellent taste to it. You're going to love it. If you want to do homemade rolls, you can. I guess I must be expecting a phone call. I don't know from who. Because normally my phone is cut off when I'm doing this. Okay, so we have all of that in, and it is blending up well. Stop it one more time. Mix from the sides. Excuse me, I just tapped my camera person. So if you see a little bit of a joke right there, that would have been me. Okay. Back down in, and let's go for it. Now I'm going to start to add 3½ cups of the powdered or confectionary sugar. A lot of your old school bakers, they don't do measurements. They just know it by heart. And this morning, this is the day that I went to vote, so I was telling my family this is either going to be my my victory cake or this is going to be my depression cake. Hope all of you guys got a chance to get out and vote. So, we're getting with this. Now you don't have to put pecans in it, these crushed up pecans. I want to put it in it. Okay. I'm going to try to get this all mixed up. My daughter says I have 5 more minutes on this camera. worth of space. And then the way we're going to do this is I'm going to go ahead and blend this in because I need you to see it. I know I'm adding it kind of fast, but I don't want it to. You see how that is in case I run out of time on this, which hopefully I won't. Let me give it just one quick spin. She's so close to me. Okay. You can see. This is good frosting. I'm going to try to get the rest of it in. Now, let me just show you something because I'm going to run out of time on this little setting. I want you to look at this. That consistency is there. What I need it to be, it is there. Okay? I need to stir down these sides. And I need to add my pecans. But I can't add my pecans right this minute because I need to finish whipping. So this is the only process to the whipping part. Okay? So, I'm going to let this whip hopefully until it, minutes. I have 2 minutes left. Let me see if I can whip it up. Let's take it up. Moving it down to the 1 minute part. Alright, at that speed, I'm going to beat it maybe about a minute more just to get it stiffer than that. See how it is now? Needs to be just a little bit more beating. I'm going to go ahead and beat it just a little bit more. And then I'm going to add these pecan pieces to it. And when I come back, the cake will be cooled. I'll be ready to frost it. And I'll show you what this cake looks like. Be right back. Okay, now I put in a half of a... Because I really wanted to do this cream cheese. It wasn't going to do it, was going to do it. So I put in a half a cup of cream cheese. That's the last little bit of it. I'm going to go ahead and stir that for a little while. What I did was I mixed a little bit with the, on a spoon. And because it tastes good, let me go and throw some of this in here. That ought to be good. And if you, I've been baking a long time, so I pretty much know when I'm going to mess something up and when I'm not, what to try and what not to try. You can try this with or without this cream cheese, but I think that the cream cheese gives it just a little bit better texture. Let me mix this up. Beat it just a little bit more. And then I'm going to fold in my pecans and frost my cake. It looks good. Has a real good fluffiness to it. Alright, that's it. crumbs already. Now I'm just going to, and look at it, came out good. Now I'm going to fold, like I said, this is my personal preference. You don't have to do that. I'm going to fold in these. Years ago, a lady made this cake, and she had her walnuts in it. I'm sorry, pecans in it, and it was delicious. And ever since then, it was something that I wanted to try. Okay, that is done. So I'm going to meet you at the table where I can frost the cake. Be right back. Okay, now I'm back. The cakes have totally cooled. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cakes out. Now this is one thing that I'm going to do so I don't have to worry about a straight cake, because I'm only using, you know, 2 of these cakes. And I'm not looking for, you know, how it really looks, but I can get it pretty much straight, hopefully. Alrighty, we got one of them out. We're going to go ahead and layer that. Now, you know, I'll bring you back to show you what this cake actually looks like, instead of just sitting here frosting this whole cake, you know, in front of you. I can do this. So you want it to be kind of thick. Okay, so you put your layer down, and you want to put it, like I said, a little bit thick, because you want to see it when you cut your slice. Okay, and you don't pull back. Make sure that you have enough frosting. Now, a lot of times people run into problems when they don't have enough frosting on the cake in order to get it done, and then they try to do patchwork, and that just really don't work, and you have a problem. And think about the people that are eating the cake. You want to have enough frosting so that when they cut into your cake, it looks good. Okay, so once we put that on, we're going to do this instead of, if you get that lump in the middle of your cake, let me just go ahead and say that you can always cut it out with a knife, okay? And I'll show you how to do that, because that's a relatively simple procedure. But now, I'm just going to turn my cakes out. And I'm going to layer this cake right on top of that cake. I'll pull these crumbs off. Now, I want you to see something. I have enough, I can always clean my table. I have enough frosting between the cake, so when I cut it, you can see the frosting between the cake. It's not a real thin layer. I hope you're following what I'm saying. So when I cut it, you'll be able to see the white between the red is actually what I'm saying. So we'll put some on top, and then we'll layer the top of this frosting. We'll just take it around this cake. Now this will be a great cake for your Thanksgiving table. And you don't have to put the nuts in it, even though I did. I'm always trying something new. Almost dropped that down the sides. And then I'm gonna, okay, you put this on. And then when your frosting starts to fall down the side, all you do is just catch it and go around. Okay? Now, one of the tricks that I learned a long time ago, if you're having problems with frosting your cake, where when you frost your cake, you get the crumbs back, then put your cake in the refrigerator. Allow your cake to cool really hard and cool. And then take it out and put a layer of frosting on your cake. Once it gets cold, you won't pull up those crumbs. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You won't pull up the crumbs. That's one thing. Another thing is, if you do it that way, you won't have to worry about your crumbs coming back, because you would have taken care of that. And then you put a crumb, if you put the crumb layer on your cake, which I'm not doing a crumb layer now, this is the layer, okay? But if you put a crumb layer on your cake, then you don't have to worry about the crumbs running all over the spatula. Reason B is the crumbs are already sealed into the cake, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm cooking, well, I'm not cooking dinner. One of my daughters is cooking dinner in the background, and that's what you hear. But I just wanted to get this cake done. Now, I didn't put a crumb layer on this cake because I feel like I didn't have to. I think I can get this done and not really worry about it. And I want to use up every bit of this frosting that I have. But I made enough frosting whereas I could get my cake totally covered without having to worry about whether or not I'm going to have enough frosting to finish this cake out. And like I said, we're going to finish this one tonight. Hopefully this will be my victory celebration. Now another trick that I learned a long time ago, you can stick wax paper around the edge of the cake, up underneath the layers right around the edge, and then you can have a nice clean bottom to your cake. I didn't do that because I wanted to just show it to you and be done with it. And I'm not going to cut it now, but I am going to cut it so that you will be able to see this cake. Now I didn't need to put a crumb layer on it. I didn't get any crumbs, but you may need to do that. And I'll take a dish rag and clean up my crumbs around the edge. Not my crumbs, the extra little bit of icing that I have around the edge. Okay. I've done it and I got a little bit to spare. I'm pretty much done with this. Okay, what I can do, take my dish towel and go around. But again, I say this is, I'm not really worried about it. Seems like I pretty much got it, I do. There you have it. Red velvet cake. How fast and simple was that? Follow my instructions. Make sure you follow them to a T. Your cake should come out perfect. I'm going to wait a little while and then I'll cut it up a slice so you can see what it looks like. Just wanted to show you one thing more that you could add to your Thanksgiving Day table. Try this cake. I wanted to bring it to you early enough, so if you wanted to try it, you could. Got 2 more recipes that I'm going to try to get up, maybe 3 before Thanksgiving, so you can utilize them if you want to. And as always, thank you for watching. Chris Cook for you too. Bye.